Hi guys, bargain store project time again. The plan is to make a gravity powered car. The first question is, what am I going to make it out of? I've got two choices at the moment because I've been to my bargain store. I can either use this 18 peg clothes dryer, which looks like fun, or I can take the easy option and make it out of this multi-purpose storage box. And I think I'm going to take the easy option and make it out of this storage box. Just literally use that as the chassis with a couple of holes drilled in it, or more than a couple. Put axles through it, erect a tripod over the top of it to carry the weight for the gravity feed, and do that, I think, and save this for some other novelty. I like the look of that, but I think we'll do the easy option for the gravity car. Right, there's the box. Drill a hole that side for an axle, hole for an axle, and then erect a tripod over the top to actually carry the weight that's going to be the gravity power. Tripod, I shall use my favourite flower canes to make that. So, well, that says 0.6 meters, so that means the height of the tripod will be slightly less than 0.6 meters by the time it's spread out a bit. So we'll do that. Oh, wheels. What am I going to use for wheels? I could use CDs, or I could be slightly different this time, and I think I'll use some old single records, vinyl records, just to make it a little bit different. Right, I've drilled my holes. One of the problems with using my flower canes is, I don't know if you can see, if I turn that, you can see it's nothing like straight. If you look at the other end of it, you can see it's moving around quite a lot there. So what I need to do is choose a piece that's as straight as possible and use that bit for the axle and use the rest of it for something else. It's not going to matter too much if they wobble around a bit, but it just looks a bit odd. So, I've found some plastic tubing there. It's actually a felt tip pen that's just the right size to go inside the hole there, and it also happens to fit over the top of there. So if I hot glue that all together, then that should give us a reasonably substantial axle. Right, that's the wheels and axles in place. I need to put a peg on the back of here for the string to attach to. I've drilled a hole there, a hole there, and a hole just there, so that I can erect my tripod over the top of it to carry the weight. And then we'll be ready to try it out. Now the tripod, I've bent up a paper clip and put a pulley on it. Hopefully that will reduce the friction a little bit to hold the tripod together. So I shall now glue that in place. I've added the hook to the back axle. I need to trim that off. Don't need that bend on the end of it. Okay, we'll demonstrate our gravity powered car. I'm just winding it up by walking it backwards. Might just be able to see the weight is being raised. So if we stop in line with the back of my wall and let it go, I'm holding it at the top at the moment. So let it go. The weight is slowly dropping. That's pulling the line that's wrapped around the back axle. That's moving it forwards. It's going a bit slow for my liking, but it is going, and that is going to go the full 5 metres. Yep, so that's touched the door. So that's 5 metres travelled. Well, just about 5 metres, give or take a few centimetres. Quick summary. It's made out of a plastic storage box that I got from my bargain store for 97 pence. The axles are flower canes, and so is this tripod. There's a little pulley there that I got from a printer. That's a bent paper clip holding the top of the tripod together. I'm using fishing line as the string and a couple of weights there. One's 3 ounces and one's 4 ounces, which if you convert that to grams, that's 200 grams. The wheels are old vinyl records. What else is there? That's about it, isn't it? It's all held together with hot glue. I think it'd go a bit faster if I enlarged the back axle, because that's a very small axle, which means it's putting very little leverage on those quite large wheels. So I might just nip upstairs and wrap a bit of polystyrene around here just to make it bigger and see if it makes it go a bit quicker. Right, all I'm going to do is cut a strip off of this old polystyrene plate. Right then, let's try that again. I don't know if you saw any of that. There we go. So, still hook onto the same place, but this time hopefully you can see that's now being wound round the polystyrene, so it's a bit thicker. So that puts more leverage on the back wheels, and I suspect that'll make it go a bit quicker. Yes, that's going quite a bit quicker. Okay, let's turn that round. See if we can angle it so you can see it this time. So still hooking on the same place, but as I wind it on, I'm holding my finger there to make it go over the thicker bit. If you look at some of my help files, I've done one which shows you can use this as a gearing effect. You can actually wind some of the string round there and the rest of it round the ordinary axle, so once it's got going, it can change gear. That's going to be enough just to get it along the kitchen anyway. So, there you go. You see that's going much quicker now. See if I can demonstrate what I meant about the gearing. Right, when it's going along, once it started moving, you don't need very high gearing, so you can leave it around the thin part of the axle. But to actually get going from stationary, it needs to be wrapped around the thicker part. That gives it more leverage to get started. So what you've got there now is an automatic 2-gear gearbox. Big axle, low gear to start with, and then once it's run off of there, it'll run onto the ordinary axle, which is thinner, which is a higher gear in effect. Turn it round and demonstrate going the opposite way. So we start off quite fast, and then it runs off of there, and because it's already got the momentum, it keeps going. So there we go.